Hi, my name is Gerhard Gschwandtner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of meeting with Bill Butler. He's the CEO of Journey Sales. Welcome, Bill.
Thanks, Gerhard. Nice to be here.
Bill, companies keep investing in people, process, and technology. Now, how is Smart Rooms, your solution, helping that process?
One of the things is I go around and talk to leaders out there. One of the things I'm finding out is none of them seem to be happy with their sales results. And equally important is they don't know what to do next. So what we're finding as we kind of dig deeper into this is that the sales processes that companies have really aren't being followed very well, and in many cases not even documented very well. And the investments that companies are making in technology such as CRM, really they're not getting a lot out of that. The CRM data by itself kind of looks backward. It tracks the activity of what happened, but doesn't really help the sales rep with the things that they need to do on a go-forward basis. So what we see the best companies doing right now is, one, admitting that they don't have the best sales process in place and putting together sales playbooks, documenting in more detail the steps they need to do to be successful. In addition, they're realizing it's not enough just to track sales reps' activity. We've got to be able to see the customer side of the equation. So as I run these sales plays, is it landing with the customer the right way? And the third element we see of what the best sales organizations are doing is really a commitment to develop salespeople. And it's technologies like Smart Rooms, which is really driving the change in the market today.
Can you help me understand how the new playbooks work together with Smart Rooms?
Now, if we think about sales playbooks, it's really a cookbook. It's a recipe of the tactics and activities I need to do to deliver insight and to engage with customers.
For the salesperson?
For the salesperson, yeah. Mostly inwardly focused, and that's the big issue. So what we end up finding is that we can build a playbook, often it's static in nature, but we marry up the Smart Room with the playbook. Now we're getting kind of both sides of the equation. We're getting the sales rep's activity, but we're also seeing how it lands with the customer.
The Smart Room offers the salesperson a window into customer behavior.
And that behavior, that insight, is what we generally see as kind of the wow factor. So when sales reps start using Smart Rooms, that's the one thing they've never seen. How are customers now responding, to the Smart Room? We see it at an individual level, how each individual customer is reacting, but we can also see how they're making decisions as a team, and that's really critical.
So you would see in the Smart Room where the customer is going to view your information, and also there's a timestamp on it, right?
Absolutely,
okay.
Yep.
So what do you learn from the time element?
So when we get people in the room, the people that come in early often have kind of a disproportionate influence on the decision, which kind of makes sense because they're the ones that are in the room, they're kind of shaping the decision, you're probably interacting with them. What we see is that people that come in later, the executives still have an important decision, they have a vote in the process, but very often they're following the lead of this kind of core group that came in early.
So can you give me an example of a customer?
Yeah, I actually had one recently where I'd met a CEO and he asked me to come out and present to his executive team. So I flew out there, met with the executive team, and it was kind of, I would call it a traditional meeting. There was a lot of interaction with the marketing lead and the sales leads in the meeting. And as we run our playbook, and one of the things that we do is before the meeting, we invite a sponsor into their own Smart Room, and the sponsor happened to be the CEO. At the end of the meeting, we asked the sponsor then to invite others into the Smart Room. So he did. He invited 4 people into the room. I ended up leaving the meeting, jump on the airplane, I'm flying back, and I'm getting alerts along the way. I'm getting alerts of 3 of the 4 people came into the room, but there was one executive who actually was probably one of the quietest ones in the meeting that came into the room on 3 different occasions that afternoon and was looking at all sorts of different content. So obviously, it was curious to why this person who didn't ask many questions in the meeting all of a sudden is very active in the room. So the next morning, I gave him a call. I simply said, hey, did you have any questions from yesterday's meeting? And he goes, I'm so glad you called. He goes, after the meeting, we came up with a different use case for the Smart Room, something different from the sales side of it. And basically, we came to this decision at the end that it was an absolute dead-on fit for what he's trying to do. And he was about to sign a contract with a consulting company to go through a design and analysis and deployment. In effect, he stopped that, and he's putting that money into deploying a Smart Room. In effect, that Smart Room is going to be live even before their sales team is live.
What do you see in the future? How are Smart Rooms affecting the way we hire salespeople, the way we train them, compensate them? How does it change the game?
I think the thing that gets us excited is the area of both people and culture. I think those are the two elements we're really starting to see the change in place. You know, being able to hire people to develop them, finding these great sales athletes that have great innate sales skills, but a commitment to making them great. They know that joining your organization, they're going to become kind of better at what they do.
So we are really shifting away from that central command and control running of a sales organization to a process of mutual learning where everybody helps everybody else improve.
Yeah, absolutely. And the whole idea of these individual rogue salespeople kind of saving the day is dead. And the best sales organizations don't fall for that. They develop great salespeople that become kind of part of a team.
Thank you, Bill. For anybody who'd like to get more information, go to journeysales.com.